What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over a basketball game for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in this game, you'll have to join my Patreon when my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please see the pinned comment in the comment section below of this video. I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks for this game, for this day. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking at, as my screen's being all choppy. Come on, there we go. We're going to be looking at the men's basketball championship, national championship final game, the number 5 seed San Diego State versus the number 4 seed UConn. I did in the Final Four. I did sweep the Final Four. I did pick San Diego State to win. I did pick UConn to win. So I'm not surprised by the setup. I did have these 2 picks to head into the championship game. Now let's see if I can get the last pick of the entire tournament correctly. I've picked every single game in the NCAA tournament. It's 66 games so far. This will be the 67th game. That's including the first 4, because they do like a first 4, and then they do the 16, the 16, the 8, the 8, and so on and so forth. Or 8 and 8, and then 4 and 4, 2 and 2. Yeah, so 66 games picked so far. This would be the 67th, last game of the tournament. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. On this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers, numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have one team up top, their name, Gematria, their coach's record, their season record, their tournament record, any type of win or losing streak that they're on. And then I also added in their championship record. In the middle is the all-time record between the 2 teams head-to-head. And then at the bottom is the other team, their season record, their tournament record, any type of winning streak that they're on, their championship record, their coach's record, and their name, Gematria. Let's go ahead and jump right into this game. I always start with the home team, but since this is a neutral court, I'll just say let's start with the team on the bottom. I'll go over some numbers for the team on the bottom, and then I'll go over some numbers for the team on top. So I'll start off giving out some numbers for UConn to win this game, and then I'll go over some numbers for San Diego State to win this game. So starting off with UConn, if UConn was going to win this game, it wouldn't be a total surprise at all. This is going to be their 5th championship as a team, and they have yet to lose in the championship. Once they make it, they could become a perfect 5-0 in championships, playing against the number 5 seed San Diego State on a day with 50 date numerology for the Gregorian. They could become 5-0, like 50, for a championship record as a team. UConn, they could be getting their 31st win for the season. It will be the 12th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew civil calendar, like 127. 127 is the 31st prime number. This will be the national championship. National championship sums to 217, which is just an anagram of 127. 127, the 31st prime number. UConn could win it all by getting their 31st win for this season. It will be a day with 159 date numerology on the Hebrew civil, as well as a day leaving 165 left in the Hebrew civil year. The words UConn Huskies sums to 159 and 165, and it will be the UConn coach's 159th game as a coach specifically for UConn. So UConn has some Hebrew calendar numbers lined up for them to win this game. It will be the 4th day, or excuse me, it will be 4/3, April 3rd, 4/3, or 43 mathematically is the 14th prime number. It will be a day with 14 date numerology on the Gregorian as well. If you write out the number 14, it sums to 104. UConn coach can get his 104th win as a coach for UConn, as the team gets their 65th win tournament win as a team to go with. 65, if you write it out, comes to 104 as well. 65 also sums to 50, and that can go along with 50 date numerology for the Gregorian, then becoming 5-0 like 50 for a championship record. Can kind of go along with that. And San Diego State Aztecs sums to 69 today with 50 date numerology on the Gregorian. 50 sums to 69. San Diego State had to beat the number 6 seed Cretan, and then they had to play the number 9 seed FAU, kind of like 69. They had to go through the 6 and the 9 to get to the championship. And it could be because UConn would be getting their 6th win in a row, and San Diego State sits on 9 wins in a row, another 69. And I think that about does it for UConn to win this game. They have some pretty good numbers here for them to win this game, as I just kind of went over very quickly. If we were to look towards San Diego State to win this game, what would be some numbers for San Diego State to win this game? Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think is going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video. Well, this will be a day with 30 date numerology on the Gregorian, as well as 50 date numerology on the Gregorian. If you write out the number 50, it sums to 30 and 69. We already know San Diego State Aztec sums to 69, but UConn can sit on 30 wins for the season with a loss. UConn would end their 5-game winning streak in their 5th championship game as a team, facing the number 5 seed San Diego State. San Diego State can get their 10th win in a row as they keep UConn on 5 wins in a row. And this will be done in the men's basketball championship, which sums to 105. The 10 and the 5. Men's basketball championship, 105. San Diego State can get that 10th win in a row as they keep UConn on 5 wins in a row with a loss, like 105. San Diego State would get their 33rd win for the season if they were to win this game, and UConn would get their 33rd tourney loss as a team if they lose this game. The number 33 sums to 66, and UConn Huskies sums to 66. We can actually mark that in a light blue. 33, get their 33rd win. UConn will get their 33rd loss, tournament loss. 33 sums to 66. UConn Huskies sums to 66. Now, this will be the April 3rd, written 4/3, like 43, the 14th prime, a day with 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. San Diego State can sit on 14 tourney losses as a team with a win as they get their 12th tournament win to win it all on the 12th day of the Hebrew religious year. And San Diego State Aztec sums to 111. San Diego State can even score 1-1, like an 11 head-to-head against UConn all time with a win. They would get their 10th win in a row as they become 1-0, like 10 for championship games. That would be their first championship game, first championship win. UConn would get their 9th loss for the season. I think 9 sums to 66. I think I missed that one. Yeah, 9 sums to 66. So let's mark that in a light blue. San Diego State can get their 33rd win. UConn can get their 33rd tournament loss. 33 sums to 66. The number 9 sums to 66. UConn can get their 9th loss for the season as they get their 33rd tournament loss. And then UConn Huskies sums to 66. I think that might be it for this game. Went over that pretty quickly, but there are some numbers there for both sides. So if UConn was going to win, they got that 30. They got the Hebrew connections. UConn, 31st win for the season on the 12th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew, like 127, the 31st prime number. Day with 159 date numerology, a day leaving 165 left. UConn Huskies, 159, 165. Their coach in his 159th game as a coach for UConn. Then get their 65th all-time tourney win. Write it out at sums to 50 and 104 as UConn coach gets his 104th win. Day with 50 date numerology and 14 date numerology. 14 sums to 104. UConn could become a perfect 5-0 like 50 in championship games. They would get their 6th win in a row as they end San Diego State's 9-game winning streak. San Diego State Aztecs 69. Write out 50. 50 sums to 69. On the flip side, San Diego State can get that 33rd win for the season. UConn get that 33rd tournament loss. 33 written out sums to 66. UConn Huskies sums to 66. They can get their 9th loss for the season to go with. 9 sums to 66. It's the 12th day of the Hebrew religious year. San Diego State can get that 12th tourney win as they sit on 14 losses on a day with 14 date numerology. 4/3, 43 the 14th prime number. They can even the score 1-1 head-to-head against UConn in a revenge narrative. San Diego State Aztecs sums to 1-1-1. Yeah, so and then also 14, if you write it out, 14 sums to 41. Could be a reason why UConn becomes 4-1 for championship games as a team with a loss. So yeah, I mean there's and then men's basketball championship sums to 105. San Diego State can get that 10th win in a row. UConn can sit on 5 wins in a row with a loss, like 105 against the number 5 seed. So there's definitely numbers here for both sides. Pick your narrative. My pick, of course, will always be in writing, underlined, and italicized on my Patreon page if that's what you're looking for. If not, I've given you enough information here for you to make your own decision or get you started on a decode, add to a decode that you already have. I wish you guys the best of luck on your picks for this event. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate the support. Hopefully you win all the money in the world, and I'll see you guys in the next video maybe.